What up, everybody? YouTube Live. Can you hear me okay? I hope I'm not too loud. Sometimes I can't control the volume from this live stream. Um, but yeah, right now is 5:44 a.m. in the morning in California time. I was video editing my latest review, um, like about a couple of hours ago. I couldn't sleep, so I woke up early and started started editing my video, and I got this news on my phone, and now it's trending on Twitter. It's a sad news. It's a sad morning for all of us comedy fans everywhere. If you are a fan of comedy series or TV series specifically, you will feel very heartbroken and sad about this. Um, it's because the great Jerry Stiller had died. Jerry Stiller had passed away at the age of 92 years old. Wow. You know what? Maybe it's not all that sad because the man lived a full life. You know, a lot of us can only hope to live till 80, if our health allows, but Jerry managed to hit the 90th range. And so it's sad, but it's also like, I guess it's a celebration of life because he lived a full of it. um, this news was broke by none other than Jerry's son, Ben Stiller. Of course, you know the great Ben Stiller, Hollywood entertainer, just like his dad. And let me show to you his tweet. Let me bring it up on the screen. Can you see it? Let me make it bigger here. How do you this is full screen? There you go. Hmm. Ben Stiller tweeted this. I want to say about 5 hours ago. There you go. 1:15 a.m. this morning. Ben Stiller says, "I'm sad to say that my father, Jerry Stiller, passed away from natural causes. He was a great dad and grandfather and the most dedicated husband to Anne, Ben's mother. For about 62 years, he will be greatly missed. Love you, Dad." Um, a lot of us, you and me, recognize Jerry Stiller mostly for his work as George Const- George Const- Const- oh, I can't even pronounce the last name. Costanza, George Costanza's dad. Serenity now, Serenity now. Hashtag Serenity now is trending right now. And if you are, or if you were like me, a fan of also King of Queens, where Jerry played Leah Remini's dad, Arthur. Yeah, that's also another memorable role by Jerry Stiller, So we recognized him most for those two shows, King of Queens and Seinfeld. Serenity now. I have my own way of dealing with stress. I don't really shout serenity now randomly, but it does help. It does help, especially when you raise your hand like this. Get that blood flowing. But long before that, Jerry Stiller was also a comic, a comedian, and he had a comedy routine with his wife and Mira. And so, you know, this is just a man who was blessed because he got to live all the way till 92 years old, right? He died of not cancer, not any disease, not he didn't succumb to any disease. It was natural causes, right? He probably passed away in his sleep. Um, and number three, our third point is that he was married to the same woman for 62 years. How many couples in Hollywood can say that? I mean, my goodness. And I'm still looking. I mean, I can only hope to find a woman that I can marry, that long a time, a period of time, 62 years, man. That is, I mean, this guy was blessed. He got to live till 92. He died of natural causes, and he stayed married to the same woman for 62 years. I mean, that's like a poster boy of healthy life. Um, I also wanted to share that, you know what? Let me open the Hollywood Reporter here. To maybe there's some more other information here. Um, and Mira, his wife of 61 years, well, I think Ben says 62 years, and frequent comedy partner died in May 2015. Yeah, yeah, she's no longer with us. In addition to actor director Ben, survivors include their daughter Amy Stiller, also an actress. Let's see here. He was on Ed Sullivan's show. Any other facts? Stiller also played mobster Carmine Vespucci in Terrence McNally's 1975 Broadway hit, The Ritz, and he reprised the role a year later for Richard Lester's film adaptation. So these are some of the resume or film credits, including Hairspray, both the 1988 and 2007 versions, and Ben Stiller's films Zoolander and Zoolander 2 and The Heartbreak Kid. That's so nice that Ben loves to cast his dad in his movies. If I were a filmmaker, I would probably do the same. Um, so you can read this in the Hollywood Reporter. The Hollywood Reporter always does good job of obituary. You know, I'm not good at writing obituaries, but I always go to THR whenever a celebrity dies. TMZ usually breaks it first, but then I go to THR for the full information about the person. I don't go to Variety because Variety I don't go there because Variety has this pop-up ads that are just so annoying. Lastly, before I go, I want to also share with you um, that less than a decade ago, I actually interviewed Jerry Stiller, believe it or not, for the movie. It's a little rom-com movie, indie movie called Swinging with the Finkles, but it has Mandy Moore and Martin Freeman as its stars. So those are big names. But at the time, I was in my early years of being an entertainment journalist. You know, Rama Screen just got like to be part of Disney's press about 2010. That was the um, that was the jump start, if you will. 2010 is when I began. So even though Jerry Stiller was like I want to say the fourth, fifth supporting actor in this film, you know, but the publicist is like, hey, you want to talk to him on the phone? So I phone interviewed him. I Yeah, yeah, sure. It's not Mandy Moore or Martin Freeman, but I understand, you know, because I was just already happy. I was already happy as it was being a noob in this business to be able to talk to the great Jerry Stiller. So I was already grateful and I was already stoked. And he turned out to be one of the nicest people I've ever chatted with, believe it or not. He's just such a cool guy. And I mentioned to him that because I watch Friars Club, Comedy Central's roast. Um, I love watching and rewatching them on YouTube. One of my favorite is the Friars Comedy Central Club, Comedy Central, the Friars Club Comedy Central's roast of Jerry Stiller. I think it was in the late '90s. Go check it out, especially Jeffrey Ross's bit on that one was hilarious. And so I mentioned to Jerry Stiller while I was interviewing him, hey, sir, I was a huge fan of when you got roasted, when you were in that hot seat. I mean, and I asked him, like, did you ever think about maybe, being part of the dais in the next Comedy Central roast? Roasting the next honoree, because since you already sat in that hot seat before. And you know what he told me? I'm paraphrasing this because I don't remember the exact words, but he told me along the lines of like, I don't wanna. He said, I don't wanna. I'm not that kind of comedian. I don't do roast or mean jokes. It's like that's not my that's not my deal. To some other comedians, yeah, if that works for them, that's cool. But I don't do roasting. So good on him being a good sport, sitting on that hot seat when he was roasted. But apparently he's not comfortable enough be the one who's roasting the other person. So he's just a nice guy. He's just a sweet guy. I rarely see him do even on YouTube. If you check out Jerry Stiller's old clips, like he doesn't really curse, so he's a pretty clean comedian, a funny one indeed. So go check out the Friars Club Comedy Central roast of Jerry Stiller on YouTube. I can't show it to you here because of course copyright infringement. Um, I'll I'll close with the fact that you know yes, it's sad, but again, the guy lived a full life. He was blessed to marry the same woman for 62 years. Um, he died of natural causes, and from the sound of it, like his children are successful in the business that he was part of as well. I mean, uh, what more can you ask from a life? You, I mean, reading his obituary made me kind of wish I had a life, or maybe hopefully someday to have a life like as successful as blessed as Jerry Stiller because he had it all. um, Thank you so much, Mr. Stiller, for all your contributions to the world of comedy. We, the fans, will miss you very, very much. Um, Rest in peace.